It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. He is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Just feeds the running back. Runs through the tackle. Got a little grass. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there, make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
Running inside. It's Lindsey. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He wants to change this route. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Finds his man. It's Lindsey. He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The run inside. It's Lindsey. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And the Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
Looking to fire. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard.
Maybe a crease. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work.
Ready. Switch it. Check. 22-90 mountain. Ready, go.
Saying, rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, I love the idea on offense here. Let's go to the quick passing game, right? Let's get it in and out of the hands of our quarterback quickly. Got to make sure you're throwing completions, though.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. Going for it all. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lindsey. There he goes. Makes it past the marker. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the ground, it's Lacy. There's some room. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him.
It's a running room. To the house. Touchdown, Rebels.
And that's a big...
Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, Dayton Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. This conference matchup between two teams that do not like each other very much is a great way to get things started here in the conference. I'll keep you posted on the energy and atmosphere at the half. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Running inside, it's Lacy. Still on his feet at the 40. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance.
All kinds of room to the right. The tap. Touchdown Rebels. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Morrow. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. On the ground, it's Owens. Shakes off the defender. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
Chains now on 2nd and long. Here's Reed to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Reed. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Every quarterback in football at every level will see ghosts. If you hit him, if you make him uncomfortable, and he knows you're coming time after time again, good things don't happen usually at the quarterback spot.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Makes the catch. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Reed escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic with his feet. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Aggies back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Texas A&M going up tempo. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals because, you know, kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Marcel Reed to throw for it on fourth. Fires toward the end zone. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll start this drive with a pass. Moving out to the right. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time, the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The run inside. It's Lacy. Thrust that arm out. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they hand it off to him here on the second drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. Really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Haas. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size. Still got him on the turf. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On third down, he drops the throw. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Going for the marker on the ground. Rams him with the stiff arm. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play four-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
The Rebels are rolling down the field. Looking downfield on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down the one play to come up with the interception.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverage.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Now here's Reed. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And he had tons of time to throw that pass. You know, coming into tonight, this offense knew they had to give their quarterback time to be able to survey the field. They did it right there, just made a poor decision and threw an INT.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacy. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. Being chased.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to the ground with the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Pocket breaking down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Morrow. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Throwing Reed. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Wide open, he makes the catch. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Zings it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Forced out of the pocket. Got some room, entered to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Reed. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble and throws. Touchdown, Aggies. Into the end zone for 6.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Leaves it with the back. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. And the Rebels will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bussey. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Here's Reed to throw. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
To the air, it's Reed. Under fire. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be tough sledding for this quarterback now. You're trailing, you're in the second half. Defense knows you've got to throw it. You're going to have to sit in the pocket under duress and start making throws in tight windows. It's not an easy situation by any stretch, but big-time players make big plays in big games.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
On the gun, on third down, it's Marcel Reed. On target over the middle. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. A&M comes back out with another first down. Reed to the air again. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Aggies! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Bunch formation for these receivers. Running inside, it's Lacy. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Now on the move. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Back to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
The Rebels come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Across the 35. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
He's got it down the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Here we go. Ready.
The run inside. It's Lacy. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Might be changing the route. Second down, he'll throw it. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has it on the doorstep.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Touchdown, Rebels. And they've moved out front here in the fourth. The Rebels surge back on top.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Brings it back out to his own 29-yard line before going out of bounds, and his offense will have the ball there. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Safe little shovel pass. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Reed. Got his man on the right. Spins away. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Buying some time. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it way down the field. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. The Aggies get it right back. Hey, seriously, what do you do against this guy? He is everything you want in a quarterback.
And you can prepare for him all week, and you can put a wide receiver at quarterback to be scout team, but you just can't replicate a guy that can buy time, scramble around, break tackles, and then all of a sudden chuck the ball down the field and make you pay. Just too elite of a playmaker. You just got to find a way to get him on the ground early when you get those opportunities.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Rebels offense is back on the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to it. Finding some room. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I love the play called running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
They're dealing with a second and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And this offense has got to get somewhere. Man, that's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Hauls it in. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Rebels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Defense gets the timeout called. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And it's good! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
Man, this guy has an absolute bomb for a leg. You see the contact? It just sounded different. It sounded like an explosion coming off of his foot. Puts it through the uprights. There's NFL teams watching this game. They're jotting down this dude's name right now because that is an NFL Sunday leg.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Throwing Reed. He's taking a deep shot. A full dive to haul that one in. The Aggies come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. Last chance. Got to make it to the end zone. Can he stay on his feet? Touchdown, Texas A&M.
great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked
welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thanks, guys. Coach Golding told me before the game, anytime the Big Ten takes on the SEC, it is more than just about this game. It is about bragging rights and who is the most dominant conference. We'll find out today, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Rebels headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. Coming out with it, it's Hill. He gets across the 20 and out to the... One-yard line before he stopped right there. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And that's a great job by the defense.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. From the gun, looking for a man. Big fella moving. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Makes a move. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Throwing more. Makes a catch. At the 40, there he goes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Ducks want to move quickly.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
The Ducks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. After losing yardage on those last 2 runs, you know they've got to throw it here on 3rd and 15. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore on target.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Now remember, they were stopped on 4th down earlier in the first quarter, but they'll try it again. Fourth down, Moore. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Running inside. It's Lacy. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13. Line getting set on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top as we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Offense in a bunch formation. Back to pass on second down. It's complete on the right side. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Rebels in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Might have a chance. Tripped up for the tackle.
We all want to push the ball down the field, down the field, down the field. But when you can dump it off to your running back and still make 10-plus yards, man, it makes you look like a really good play call.
They'll try to pick up this 3rd down and keep the drive moving close to midfield. Looking to throw for it. Right on the money. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. Breaks away in the middle. Touchdown, Rebels. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll give it on the counter. On the move at the 30. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo.
He wants to take the top off. Makes the grab at the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Here's the pressure. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run. The 40. The 30. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, the ground game. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the red zone, it's Lacey. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that 2nd down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get it first.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Might as well give it to him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. To the air on 2nd down. Fires quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his 2nd of the day, this one from 23. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Dante Moore. Complete in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They decline the penalty for pass interference, and they'll stand on the results of the play. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Moore to the air. They're working that left side. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that, checked it down, or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the catch. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Upstairs, he's got it. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He splits the uprights. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it out. It's Alexander. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
snap from the gun on third down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Using his legs, it's Davison. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Moore. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Oregon! They'll line up to go for 2. Moore will throw. It's caught. The 2-pointer is good, and now we have a 1-possession game.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Alexander. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this defense taking one back to the house? They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to slam it in.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Alexander. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. He's in open space downfield. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the right. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Here's Moore to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The give on the counter. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Touchdown Ducks! With that, they grab the lead here in the 2nd half.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Coming out with it, it's Alexander. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snagged out of the air. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Stepping to the right. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. So 1st down will open up the final period. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Lindsey. Could be an alley. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
Just going to keep it after the snap. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got the quick pass. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Looking downfield on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lindsey. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Rebels. The Rebels surge back on top. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it out. It's Baird. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room and couldn't find much on that return. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Open space at the 25. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Gonna run it. It's Davison. Stopped in the backfield. He's gonna lose 3 yards on the play.
Wonder about the mindset right now of the offensive coordinator, too, because they need points, and running the football just is not going to get it done. Early in the drive, late in the drive, I think you've got to be in attack mode right now throwing.
Looking to the big tight end. Working the middle. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Gain of 23 on the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds a little space. Maybe some room here. Got enough for the first. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. The Ducks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Now here's more. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hauls it in. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Ole Miss calls its 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They'll move the tight end. This is a designed run. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! And now they take the lead. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit.
the Ole Miss Rebels and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponent, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Rebels will kick off first, and here we go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and this defense gets off to a good start.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Bringing the heat. Rolling right and going deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Still on his feet at the 45.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Buys a little time. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line, making side adjustments here. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He's got it. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, that's a nice job on third down there. They come into this game as the underdog, obviously, but you got to love the way they've started this one, David. Defense gets a takeaway on the opening possession. Now your first third down offensively, you're able to move the sticks. Really seems like this team is focused and dialed in.
And something good happening early in this football game gives you the momentum. As the underdog, you want to see those good...
Breaks a tackle, and he might go. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's going for the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And at first you don't succeed, you try again, right? Give it right back to him, man. They tried to be physical on first down. He didn't punch it in. I love that they came right back to him. Up front, a better job blocking, created just a little bit of a hole, and that's all he needed to run through.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Using his legs, it's Davison. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. There's a crease. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on third down.
Here comes the heat. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job, break.
Has it. They will score. Touchdown, Rebels. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hill. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Throwing more. He's going for a big play downfield. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Moore to the air. Going over the top. He's got it on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+. That'll put a smile on the OC's face to get a little breathing room. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. Snags it on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, first down here. Running inside, it's Davison. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Dante Moore unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oregon. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, one thing you know about this guy is once he has the ball in his hands, he's very difficult to bring down to the ground. That time, really nice job breaking a tackle, getting north, picking up more yards. Defense, they need to gang tackle him because he's a problem.
And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Wants to keep it in the air. Going to try to get it himself. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Lacey. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Tempo and overdrive. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I'll tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, 3rd downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. They give it to him again. Here's a little room there. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
The Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants to change this route. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Under fire. And they got it.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Bought a little time, lets it go.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. Before they snap the ball on 2nd down, timeout is called. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Rushes on him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again.
Got a little grass. Drills him with the stiff arm. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. The Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Rebels offense is back on the field. They'll open this third quarter with a run. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lacy. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you know, you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Motion from the wide receiver. Moore. Oh, they're after him. Hit as he throws. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Hey, man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Here's Moore to throw. Gonna let it fly. Upstairs to make the catch. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a first and goal situation.
Moore will throw. Looking for the score. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And down he goes.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. On the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Coming out with it, it's Alexander. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Throws to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Throwing more. Complete. Touchdown, Ducks! Into the end zone for 6. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
On the move from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. He'll start this drive going to the air. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. He'll bring it out. It's Alexander. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Running inside, it's Lacy. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And the Rebels want to move quickly. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He might want another play. Second down, he'll throw it. He wants a big play here late. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell the quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
Dante Moore. Pocket breaking down. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense. And
he's going to let one fly down the middle. And he went for it all on first down. Didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about. So now it's second and long. Moore. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. It'll be third and long. Moore from the gun on third down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
And as a defense, that's all you can ask for. Give the ball back to your offense. Yes, you're still down. You gave them a chance. They got the football. They got some time left. Now can they put a drive together? Maybe go tie this game. Maybe go win this game. Great stop by this defense.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second and regroup before running this next play.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Back to pass on second down. This time he's got his man. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. He goes right back to the air. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, defense, you need one more play. Force that incompletion, and now you've got to find a way to keep the opponent out of the end zone to force this game into overtime.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and we might just have overtime on our hands.
How about the offense in that situation to come up so big? The place is going bananas. It's so hard to hear. It's so hard to execute. And you just put 6 on the board and have a chance to kick this PAT and tie the game.
It's incomplete. And the try for 2 and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about